So obviously I've been through a journey with my mental health. Thank you for being a random podcast that I saw on YouTube one day. So I've been really realizing that my mental health has really been struggling these past few years, more so than ever. And I'm the breadwinner in my family, and I really took a step back this year, and took a step back from work. And my job in and of itself is extremely stressful as well.
What's your job?
I'm a critical care RN.
There we go. Trauma nurse. Hooray.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yes.
What population? Everybody?
Everybody. I do neurotrauma, ICU, regular ICU, cardiovascular, intensive care. I do it all.
So for people listening, when you're a critical care nurse, not only are you dealing with people that are on the precipice of dying, you're also dealing with sobbing children, screaming wives, devastated husbands. You're dealing with all of that all at the same time.
Absolutely.
And that's an exhausting. You're dealing with egos of doctors. You're dealing with other nurses that are dropping off, sobbing in closets and coming out and wiping their mascara or their, it's just a mess.
Oh, yes. I've been one of those in that closet, wiping the mascara away many a time.
If I wore mascara, I would have been wiping mine off too. I've snuck off those closets, and I'm not even a day-to-day nurse. So, phew.
Mm-hmm. And then real recently, as I've kind of been on this journey, ironically, my husband started the journey, and I thought in the beginning, I'm like, psycho, babble, mumbo, jumbo, whatever. And he came to me, and he really, he's pouring his heart out to me, and he's really trying to better himself as well. So we're both really struggling with, I've got past trauma, and then also my stressful job. And then just through your show and just through me finding, that these things, my mental health is profoundly affecting my children as well. I've got 3 little ones, and they need to be my priority. But with that step back, we have fallen behind on our bills, so much so. We're behind on our mortgage again, and that is just, we're behind on our water bill. And I know, the four corners of your home, the 4 foundational walls, and if we can't even make those things happen, what do I do? Do I prioritize me so I can be better and I can be here for my children? Or do I push through and I hustle and I get through, because I do have an opportunity to make more money at my job. It is a specialty. And there's always sick people and hours and everything. So I do have an opportunity to pick up. But the idea of me taking that time away from my kids who are semi in crisis right now. We just, ironically, after I got a phone call from your show that letting me know that I was going to be on, we were dealing with some hard truths that we found out about our 13-year-old daughter. Anyways. So,
are you able to share? This is an ad for BetterHelp. I talk to hurting people for a living, and yes, I can help out folks in tiny chunks of time here on the internets, but often more help is needed. That's why I recommend people go to therapy. And if you're thinking about therapy, try BetterHelp. It's 100% online, so it's affordable and convenient. They've got over 30,000 therapists, and they're great at finding just the right one for you. Visit betterhelp.com/Delony for 10% off your first month. Are you able to share?
Well, my daughter is struggling a little bit with some personal. We found out she had been self-harming.
Okay.
I'm not a terribly spiritual person, but one day she came home from school and I saw in her backpack. When I say my ears were like ringing, like tinnitus, like really, really ringing. And I went to my husband and I said, "Man, I think something's wrong with our daughter." I said, "Man, something's going on." And he said, "We really should respect her privacy. Like that was a big thing. Us respecting her privacy. She's a very capable young woman. At least we felt so." long story short, I went with my gut. My ears were ringing loud with mama warning bells. So I sat down with my daughter. I pulled out the thing that I felt like she was hiding, and we talked for, I think it was like an hour. And long story short, I found in the notebook, there were notes from her friends stating, please don't. They were, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
They were notes of her friends begging her not to kill herself, not to go. And I had no idea.
Yeah.
And so we went to, and again, because of your show, we got into crisis. We got into a crisis appointment the next morning.
Good.
We went and saw our pediatrician. We got her on some medication and everything. But how can I take time away from her when she's hurting? And may I just backtalk and speak and say that's what I'm talking about. Whenever we went to the crisis appointment, that we found out that my husband and I's behavior and our lack of rein in, or us being adults, for matter of fact, letting our mental health run wild. And we just kind of felt like it didn't affect anybody but ourselves. But it really, really affected my daughter.
Yeah. So do me a huge favor.
Yes.
Take a deep as breath as you possibly can. Hold it for a count of 4, 3, 2, and blow it out with your mouth. And then pull your shoulders all the way down. Okay?
I do this every time you tell somebody to put their shoulders down. I find my shoulders are up.
I know. I can hear it. First and foremost, thank you for sharing that. Have you said that out loud about your daughter yet? Have you told anybody?
Well, my husband
Besides
and
him.
my therapist.
Besides your therapist, you pay your therapist.
My sisters. I do have my 2 sisters that I did let know.
So this might sound bananas. I don't hear somebody who's working too much.
Okay.
And I don't hear somebody, I won't go through the whole litany. Here's what I hear. I hear somebody who's out of hope.
Okay.
Because you have a switch. You could flip and go get everything right financially. And my gut tells me, by the way you just told the story, that your husband will burn through it in 2 months.
What do you mean by that?
It's easy to get yourself in a financial position when you have an on and off switch like you do professionally. And I just picked him randomly. Maybe he's a wonderful, great guy.
Oh, yes. He's the best person I know.
Okay, then I take back what I said.
Okay. I feel like the problem child in our marriage, to be honest.
Why? Tell me what makes you the problem child.
I just feel he's very kind and he is very patient. And
okay, but hold on. Is he making is he making enough money to help support the family?
He does work a full-time job. Yes, he does.
Okay.
It's just he's Monday through Friday, and I can work. I have that nice nurse schedule where I work my full week in 3 days.
Sure.
So I can pick up. I do have 4 other days off. But
well, you have 4 days to recover. So what about what is your total household income?
My total household income
between his full-time job and you working 3 12s or 3 10s.
So I make. I'm so sorry. We bring home about $8,200 a month total.
So his full-time job does not make very much money, does it?
He makes about $3,800 a month take-home pay.
And as a trauma nurse, you bring home $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year.
Yeah, yes, and that is me working weekend option, which is an additional something extra an hour.
So what's your house payment a month?
It is It's $2,900 a month.
So that's right on the edge there.
Yeah.
Do y'all have car payments? Where y'all struggling with this? Like, how much money do you owe if you put all your debts on a piece of paper?
Well, without my house payment, we owe $24,000, and that's credit card. That's like $8,000. That's almost $10,000 in credit card debt, and then all those odds and ends, braces, just like loan repay. We took what is that called? Retirement loans. Got to repay those things. Oh my gosh, we owe our Missouri and our federal income tax stuff. It's just crazy. But those payments are killing us. We didn't buy new cars. Our cars are on our last leg. We tried to do the Dave Ramsey thing a while back, and we were able to pay off our vehicles, and we never bought new ones. And we did pay off our cards, but we just keep filling them back up.
Well, it sounds like you're in the middle of what I would call the American nightmare right now, which is there's this life that we want to have, and we both have 2 jobs, and they're not world beater jobs, but they're good jobs. They're good, stable jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we just find ourselves slipping and slipping and slipping. And here's the cold, hard truth that nobody wants to talk about, okay? And we could talk about taxing billionaires, and we can talk about we can do all that. That doesn't help the average person because the average person's drowning, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I've made more money now than I ever have in my entire life. And we are broker than I ever was with a newborn on food stamps with one job.
So here's the reality. You can spend less money, and or you can make more.
Okay.
The other option that people recoil at is you can get very strict with a budget.
Okay.
And say, for the first time, here is where every dollar is going to go. And if it's not there, then we eat at home. And if it's not there, because when I say you're out of hope, and I thought it was your husband, I'm glad to know that he's working his butt off, and I'm glad to know you got 3 kids, you said, or 2?
I have 3.
3, okay. So you got a lot going on, and you got a chaotic job. And I'll get with your job here in a second. I'm glad to know it's not, you don't have somebody in the house dragging everybody down, the 2 adults, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But also you walking around thinking that you're a burden to your family isn't true. It's just not honest. You're not a burden to your family. Listen to me. I don't care what it feels like. It's incorrect.
Okay.
Or at least go with me for right now that your feeling thermometer is off. It's not calibrated.
Okay.
Is that fair?
I can believe that for sure.
Your kids will not be better off without their mom in their life. Your patients and those families will not be better off without you. Your husband will not be better off without you. Okay?
Okay.
It's not a factual statement. But also, if you're going to go hit the switch and work really hard for 6 months and make an extra $2,000 a month, $12,000, and get halfway to that debt paid off, and your husband's going to come home and pick up some slack, some major slack after his job, and you come home and y'all just go out to eat that money away, you're out of hope.
Well, and I'm not entirely sure. It's not really that we eat. We are very good.
I made that up. But,
oh, okay. I was like, nah. I don't know why. Everything is just so. We are barely making ends meet. It's crazy.
But you bring home $96,000.
I know. Where does it go?
Right. And because you can't answer that question, we can say it's because of the eggs, it's because of the strawberries, or it's because of the. You don't know. You don't
Okay.
know.
So we're going to account for every dollar.
Every single one. And it's going to feel restrictive. Think of it this way. It's like if every football player who went out on the field got mad at the length of the field or the length of a timeout, or that if everyone just wanted to play by different rules, that game would not be fun. It would be very unsafe and everybody would get hurt and people would quit playing.
Yeah.
What a budget does is it establishes the rules of the game so that then within those rules you could do whatever you want. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes. You're establishing boundaries. You know what your limitations are, what you have to work with.
But it also gives you an amazing amount of freedom. It helps you traffic in reality. And when you say you're struggling with mental health, when you're struggling with emotional health, it's usually a detachment from reality. When your body is rooted in real life and your mind and your feelings and your relationships are rooted in other places or unrooted, they're untethered. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. When I'm home, I find myself just pacing around.
Yeah.
And I have an inability to do anything. It's just
spins and it spins and it spins. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. That's exactly.
Yeah. Have you ever sat down with a trauma counselor to talk about childhood stuff?
I have, since starting your show.
Okay.
I did go establish care with a counselor, and she's not a trauma counselor, but remember, I went from a state of this is silly to I guess I'll go see somebody.
Good.
At where my husband goes to see his therapist.
Good.
And she's been part of the reason I in a moment of desperation, I emailed you, was I asked my counselor this very question, like, what do I do? Do I prioritize my mental health or my financial health? And she looked at me and she said, girl, I don't know. And so that's when I sent you that email.
All right. So I want you to make a commitment to me.
Okay.
To never binary your choices. Okay?
Okay.
Most anxious people I know, and by the way, your anxiety sounds both personal and professional.
Oh.
Which then we try to solve with chaos.
Okay.
And then our children absorb that stuff and they can't carry the chaos. And it comes out in all kinds of different ways. It comes out in cutting. It comes out in using marijuana. It comes out in straight A's. It comes out all over the place with them trying to shoulder the weight of adult chaos.
Okay.
And so think of you telling your therapist, you don't have to re-up. You don't have to go back. It's a professional relationship, okay? But you looking there in Springfield and finding a trauma-informed therapist and say, I'm ready to deal with the hard stuff. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm telling you, this will give peace to great grandkids that you will never get to meet because you did this work. It's been the highest honor of my week to get to talk to you, Charity. Thank you so, so much for your call, for your bravery, for your honesty. Hang on the line. I'm going to send you a couple of things. First thing I'm going to send you is I'm going to send you Every Dollar, the premium app that will help you and your husband with your budgeting, okay? And husband, if you listen to this call, forgive me. I came after you at the beginning of this call. I was wrong. Usually it's the husband or one of the partners. It was neither of you guys. So accept my forgiveness there. I'm going to send you Every Dollar app for a year, the premium version. It will link with your bank. It will link with each other. And I want y'all to make an ironclad, till death do us part budget. We're going to know where every dollar is, and we're going to get to the bottom of how do we bring home $96,000, but we can't afford groceries. I'm going to be honest about that. And then we're going to be honest. I'm going to send you Financial Peace University, the course, the actual 9 lessons. It's a digital lessons. I want you to watch them as a family. All of y'all watch them, okay? And by the way, a balance between my mental health or my financial health, that stuff's too braided together. It's woven together. So as y'all begin to work on your financial health, you begin to feel more confident. You begin to develop a plan, and you'll have values that you share together over time that helps your mental and emotional health. Okay? It all works together. And sometimes you pause one for the other, etc. But we're going to work on that thing going together. Okay? I'm also going to send you 2 copies of my book, Building a Non-Anxious Life. I want you and your whole family to read that. And we're going to shift our household focus to how do we create peace here? Whew. And today you're going to call. You're going to make that call to a trauma-informed therapist in town and you say, I'm ready. Some hard stuff, and the healing's going to begin. I would say day 1, but you're already way past that. You're on it, Charity. I'm proud of you.